Alright, in this video we are going to mix it up a bit and do something different, and that is going to be painting this old canoe. It's probably about 25 years old now, and we're going to make it look like the picture in the top right corner from where it is right now, which is pretty rough. It is not Kevlar, it's, I would say, Kevlar adjacent. They call it Duralite, and it is a Souris River canoe. It's made in Ontario, Canada. And what I did before I started filming anything was just spray it down with water to clean it up a bit. That's why it looks a little shiny. And I'm going to do a little bit of work here pre-painting. The first thing is to throw some trisodium phosphate, or TSP, in a bucket of water. And I'm using a 3M Scotch-Brite pad just to give a good scrub to the exterior paint on this canoe. And that's to get off all the dirt and grime before I do the sanding on this thing. And I do rinse off all the trisodium phosphate before going on to the next step here, which is going to be to give the canoe a light sanding. And for the sanding on this, I'm going to use a 180 grit sandpaper. You could probably go anything from 120 to 220, but the 180 was just front and center when I was looking for sandpaper, so that's the one I grabbed. In retrospect, I do wish that I wore a dust mask. It wasn't too bad, but definitely some paint dust will get in your nose if you're not wearing a mask, so I would recommend wearing a mask. That's the one thing that I would correct here. It does take a little bit of time doing this, even with the palm sander, but essentially I'm just going until the entire canoe looks like it is uniformly light pink in color. I only use one full sheet of sanding paper, and I do rip it into 1/3 when I'm using the palm sander. So one sheet of paper did it all. And once again, you got to get all the paint dust off, or you're not going to have a good first coat of paint on this thing. So I spray it down with water one more time, and then I just take the Scotch-Brite pad once again with no trisodium phosphate on it, so just water, and I give the canoe a full end-to-end scrub down. Now, the one thing I couldn't get off are the stickers on this thing, which is a little bit unfortunate. I did try to get them off with a razor, but because the walls of the canoe aren't particularly straight, I couldn't really get at the stickers, and the stickers are 20 years old, so they sort of like come off in little pieces. So I just decided to paint over it. It's probably a bad decision, but it is a decision I made. So I would recommend trying to get any stickers off before painting it. Obviously that's going to look better, but that is not what I did. I just went right over top of the stickers on this thing after a very half-hearted attempt to get the stickers off. Now, this is the paint I picked up from Canadian Tire. It is a marine paint, and it is very sticky. And the other correction I make here on the second coat is I do put on gloves, because this paint doesn't really clean up with water. You need solvents and stuff, so getting it on your hands is a bit of a pain. Anyway, I use a pretty cheap brush and a pretty cheap foam roller for this. And this paint does have a pretty long dry time because it's not water-based. It takes about 6 hours for it to dry according to the can, and that sounds about right. So it did take me 2 days to actually do the painting. And I do it very much like you would do a house, with the paintbrush to get around all the edges, and then I come back over with the roller just so you don't see any of those paintbrush marks. And just like painting your house, I do it in small sections so you can get right on top of those paintbrush marks before they actually dry out. And obviously the roller just makes it look a lot more uniform in consistency. So as you can see here, the sticker really comes through on the first coat, but once I get to the third coat, you won't see the whiteness of the sticker anymore, but you will be able to see the outline of what it says. I'm not going to film painting the entire thing. It is pretty straightforward once you get going on this, to use the paintbrush for cutting around the edges, and then using the small foam roller for painting the canoe. And you could use a larger roller, but I felt that the foam roller was adequate size. It's not like this is a massive boat, so the smaller roller was fine. And the one thing I would say, if they made that paint in a 1 liter container, or a 1 quart, I would probably get that. This is way too much paint for this thing. I'll be able to paint this canoe at least 4 more times with the quantity of paint that I have in that can. And this is the second coat that I'm putting on right now. So you can see that the sticker is becoming harder and harder to see as the coats of paint increase on it. And obviously on the third coat, it pretty much disappears. You can see the outline of the sticker a little bit, but largely it does go away. And like I said, I do go to 3 coats on this thing, but I do not film myself doing the third coat. But obviously the process is exactly the same for the third coat as it was for the first and second coat. So pretty straightforward process once you get going on this stuff. And the one thing I would say about the paint is it really retains its color very well. Some paints, when you put them on in your house, they look much darker and then they dry a little bit lighter. This pretty much keeps its color whether it's wet or dry. So it does end up looking fairly good. And like I said, I didn't film the third coat. This is what it looks like after all 3 coats are laid down. Overall, I think the paint actually did a really good job. Obviously, there's still a whole bunch of scratches and little nicks and dents in this thing because it has been used and abused pretty hard over the last 20 or so years, but I think it came out actually pretty good. And it was a fairly easy process, although it was a little bit time consuming. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.